Bonjour, I'm Mimi from Mimi's Organic Wines. I'm based in Yorkshire, where the Tour de France visited last year. And the route of the 2015 Tour de France has just been unveiled this week, so I've had to have a look at where it's going and which wine areas it will be visiting this year. The Tour de France 2015 will still be commemorating the First World War, and it will start in the Netherlands and make its way through to Belgium. Netherlands and Belgium, very famous for their beers, but not so much for their wine. So although there is an AOC in the Flanders for some quality sparkling wine, and in Belgium you can find some white wines, mainly Chenin, Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, and some Chardonnay, and also a little bit of Pinot Noir. The tour then spends a significant amount of time in northern France and northern western France, again to do with the First World War, and not very big wine areas either here. But in Normandy you'd find some cider, in Brittany too, and in Normandy some Calvados, of course. Once again, this year it's missing the whole Loire Valley area, which a lot of people are very fond of. Then the tour travels southwest to this area, and notably to Pau. Now I am going to have to stock up on some organic Jurançon there. Whether you like it very dry or very sweet, this is not one to be missed, obviously. In this area there are also some other regional grape varieties, such as Tana and Mansong, and also some Mery, which make some interesting local wines. The tour then travels to the Lozère area. Again, not a massive wine area, but it has some interesting little vineyards, very much very traditional in some way, but small vineyards where people can't use machinery because of the landscape, and obviously that's the ones that I'll be wanting to visit. Travel to the northern Rhône area, home of some very famous wines, of course, some Côte-Rôtie and some Hermitage Syrah-based wines, but also Condrieu. So I'll be also buying some delicious Condrieu and, more generally speaking, some Viognier wines. This area in northern Rhône is also the area of the small AOC called Saint-Peray, which makes the white wines of Roussanne and Marsanne, and some sparkly wines. Then what the cyclist fan are most going to be interested in, of course, is the Alps with all the big climbs. We there reach the IGP of Haute-Alpes, which has got a lot of grape varieties, such as Grenache and Saint-Saume, some Mourvèdre, of course, and some Carignan grapes, and also some Chardonnay, which is obviously a very adaptable grape variety. The wines of IGP Haute-Alpes are red, rosé and white. The reds are quite tannic. The rosé are full of red fruits, and the whites can be pleasantly mineral. Then on the 21st of July, the tour reaches Digne, which has got a lot of wines as well, because it can belong to two IGP, Alpes de Haute-Provence, but also Méditerranée. Then on the 23rd of July, the 18th stage, the Tour de France reaches Saint-Jean-de-Maurienne. Very interesting for me, because this area is the home of a quite rare grape variety called Persan. And at the moment there's a lot of talk amongst American wine geeks and French wine geeks about reviving that grape variety. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, and I will be trying to source them for you. The tour flies to the Paris area, and there will be a final sprint from Sèvres to Paris, and no doubt there will be a lot of champagne drunk on the Champs-Élysées on the arrival, I think on the 26th of July. So if you want to find some of those wines at the time of the Tour de France, I'll be having as many as I can on my website, mimisorganicwines.com.